and tell us where you're from. Unmute yourself, Kevin.
Hello, everybody. I'm happy to be here. Thank you, Sharon, for inviting me. Appreciate you.
God bless you. God bless you. Ari, say hello to everyone. Real quick.
Hello, everybody. Good to see everybody, y'all. What a great turnout tonight. We're going to have a lot of great information from Dr. Sweet. Please take note and enjoy.
Woo-hoo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Listen, guys, we're excited. Patricia Hornsby, just do a shout out real quick.
Hello, everyone. This is Patricia Hornsby, sales master from Charlotte, North Carolina. Welcome aboard. Thank you. Back to you, Sharon.
Awesome. All right, thank you so much. Well, at this time, we're going to go ahead and get started. I know Uncle Mike, you had a gentleman. Is he here tonight that he can start off with his testimony?
I do not see him here.
Okay, no worries, no worries. All right, is David on the call yet? David Wilson?
Yeah, I'm coming.
Okay.
I am here.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm super excited about this young man right here. I've been knowing him for a long time. We've been partners in businesses, different businesses for a long time ago. And I'm telling you, what I wanted to do was contact a lot of my friends after this COVID season, just to make sure that everybody was still here. And I called David and he shared with me what he was going through, and I introduced him to Atomy. And so David, I want you to just take it from that point and carry and let us know your story. Just share with us today. And we are definitely recording this. Take it away, Mr. David. Let's celebrate him. All right. Go ahead, sir.
I am absolutely thrilled to be a part of the Atomy family and so excited to share my story. Sharon is more than a business partner. She is like a sister. As a matter of fact, she usually calls me a brother from another mother. But y'all, what I wanted to tell you about is my journey for the past 4 years. And this journey has been absolutely nothing but a miracle the whole 4 years. In 2018, I was diagnosed with stage 4 renal kidney disease. And after going through the denial and the rejection and all that stuff, I settled down and I got fitted for home dialysis. You know, I did not want to go into one of those centers where everybody is in the same room, hooked up to a machine. So we opt to do the peritoneal dialysis. Well, that started out in 2018, and I did it for about 2 years, and then that particular dialysis stopped working for me. It was not cleaning my blood. So in 2020, I'd had to change over from peritoneal dialysis to hemodialysis. The hemodialysis is a situation where you got these needles and you have to stick yourself, and it was awful. It was absolutely awful. So I about the time I started, maybe about 6 months after I started hemo, that's when Sharon reached out to me, and she was sharing with me, or I was sharing with her my experience. And then she shared with me the Atomy products. And the first product that she told me about was a Hemohim. So I didn't even want to know. I didn't want to know what was in it. I didn't care. All I know is Sharon said that it would help me. And so we ordered the Hemohim, the Color Food Vitamin C, the Omega-3, and spirulina, and just a whole litany of products. I got on the products I think it was around February of last year, February of this year. And I started using products. And the first thing I noticed within the first week of getting on these products, I had what I described as bubbles under my feet. And these bubbles caused me to be unbalanced. And like if I was walking a straight way and then I took a left or right, I had to stop and steady myself because my feet would often turn, and it was very nerve-wracking because I was trembling. I was stepping all over myself and about to fall. So I got on those products that I mentioned earlier, and within the first week, the first thing I noticed was the bubbles that were under my feet were like flat. My feet were flat on the floor for the first time in 4 years. And I was so elated about that. Well, that was exciting. And I used the products. I used them very faithfully. And I got results. I got the energy level back, because one of the things that happen with dialysis, not only does it clean your blood, but it drains you of your energy. And so I didn't have a lot of energy. But after I got on these products, my energy level increased. I remember this one day I was in one of the grocery stores. I can't remember exactly which one, but I was just walking in the grocery store with my basket, and I just noticed how I was zipping through the aisles and going through there with energy and precision. And it was so exciting. I think I called Sharon that day and told her how I was moving with precision and wasn't worried about stumbling or falling or anything. It was absolutely remarkable. Now, fast forward. Okay, when you go on dialysis, they also want you to go on the transplant list. Well, I don't even remember what year it was, but it probably was around 2020. I went on the transplant list at the University Medical Center in Jackson. And I registered. I went through all of the preliminary testing that they had to do, and everything I thought was fine. Well, it turned out not to be fine, because after COVID hit, and they came out with the vaccines, then of course they wanted you to be vaccinated. Well, at that time, I was not vaccinated. So I got a nice letter from UMC, and they told me that I was in active status, which meant that even if I had a match, they wouldn't give it to me because I hadn't had the vaccines. Well, I at that point in time, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do the COVID vaccines, but my wife told me, well, look, if this is going to help you get a kidney, get the vaccine. So I did, and I called UMC to tell them that, okay, I'm vaccinated now. What do we need to do? And so that had to be around probably November or October, November last year. Well, they wasn't moving any faster in terms of matching me with the kidney. So I went to University of Alabama in Alabama to get on their waiting list. Well, I think my initial contact was probably somewhere around March of this year. I went down, they did all the preliminary work and all of the prerequisite testing that you had to get done, such as colonoscopy and, they had to do stress tests and all these things. I had already done that at UMC. So I was able to send most of that stuff to UAB without any hesitation. Well, long story short, they got all the tests that were prerequisites. The only thing that they did not have, well, what they asked me for, they said their cardiologist wanted to see me. He wanted to look at my, because they got the information from the from the clinics here in Jackson, but they wanted to see me in person. And so I had to go to UAB, I'm gonna say sometimes in March, at the end of March, maybe the 1st of April. And so I went there, and the cardiologists, they did the same stress tests. They did an EKG and all that stuff. And they said, everything is fine. So when all the testing was over, the cardiologist came in the room and said to me, okay, Mr. Wilson, I am going to recommend to the transplant team to go ahead and add you to the transplant listing. Okay, well, they did. Like I said, this was around March or April. And, but he told me at that time, this is a verbal commitment. Don't do anything until you receive the official letter from UAB. I said, okay, I can handle that. The young lady called me the next week and said, okay, Mr. Wilson, you will probably have that letter in about 30 days. So again, don't make any plans and don't change anything that you've been doing. I said, okay. And so true enough, now y'all, this is where I get a little bit emotional, excited or whatever, but I haven't stopped praising God for what has transpired since I received that official letter. As a matter of fact, I looked at the letter again today. It was dated April 28th, right? And so I don't even know what day April 28th was on, but I received the official letter out of my post office box on a Friday. You listening? Friday, I got the official letter saying that I had been added to the UAB transplant list. Monday afternoon, the next Monday, I receive a call from UAB, and the lady says, we have a kidney for you. What? She says, we have a kidney for you. And she says to me, how soon can you get here? I said, well, we could probably leave in the morning. She says, no, sir, you need to be on your way right now. So and the thing that was so funny about it, I was at Walmart getting tires put on my truck. And when the lady called, I called my wife and told them what they said. She said, boy, leave that truck at the Walmart. Let's go home, pack a bag, and get on the road. And so I asked the people at Walmart to put my old tires back on because I got an emergency. I got to go. So we left Jackson probably around 6:30, 7 o'clock that evening. We arrived in Birmingham around 11 that night. And of course, they took me straight in. They prepped me and got me all ready to go. Well, that's when I found out that I wasn't getting one kidney, but I was getting 2 pediatric kidneys. And the amazing thing about this is the pediatric kidneys, well, they will, if I take care of them and don't get sick or anything like that, they will last longer than I'll live. And that was so exciting to me. But I need to back up one step. That same Monday that I got the call to come to UAB, we have a 12 o'clock prayer meeting via Zoom a conference call rather. And that particular Monday, I asked the team to pray a specific prayer for me. And what I asked them to pray was, I asked the Lord to go ahead of me, to stand beside me, and keep me on a straight and narrow path. Y'all, I knew what that meant. At least I thought I knew what that meant. But in reality, what I was asking God to do was to go ahead of me, to prepare my way, then to stand beside me. But the key part was stay on the straight and narrow. Now, we normally associate that with doing right, doing what is pleasing to the Lord. But in this particular instance, what I was asking God to do was keep my mind focused and not get weary, not get, you know how it is sometimes when things may not be going exactly the way you expect it to go, our minds start to wander and we start talking about what if this, what if that? Well, that's what I was asking the Lord to keep me from. So the next morning, they prepped me and we went into surgery. And the kidney doctor that did the surgery, after I came out and came to recovery, he came to my room and he says, "Mr. Wilson, this took us way longer than we expected. We found out that your arteries are not very pliable. They don't move easily. As a matter of fact, when we try to move a vein and move the artery will he said it flaps, and whichever side it stop on, that it creates blockage. And so they had to call the nuclear vascular team to come in and fix this problem with my kidneys. And then later on, we found out that I had blockage in my lower leg. And so the way they discovered it, they wasn't feeling a pulse in my feet. And my feet been like this all my life. I ain't never had no problem, because they kept asking me, was it pain? Did you have any pain in your feet? Was your leg weak or anything? I said, no, I ain't never had no issues with that. But after they did the exploratory thing, you know how they take a balloon or whatever and they go down your arteries to make sure there was no blockage. True enough, I had blockage, and they surgery the very next day. So I said all this to say that the Lord has honored our request, and our praise and our thanksgiving has not ended as yet. I went to my primary doctor yesterday, and Dr. Turner, he is a Black physician here in town, and I've been going to him ever since I got on the dialysis. So what was going on yesterday, I went in and my weight was 200 pounds. My blood pressure was 134/73. And of course, he had all of the results from my lab work from UAB. The first thing that the doctors told me after they finished the surgery, they said, they told me everything that your nephrologist, your kidney doctor has told you to do, you do the opposite. You know, where you're restricted to the amount of water that you can take in. He says, drink as much water as you can. My creatinine, that creatinine is a measurement of the waste that is still in your bloodstream. My creatinine when I got to UAB was 11.6. The day after my second surgery, my creatinine level was 2.5. I almost fell out of bed. I almost fell out the bed. But the very next day, my creatinine was 1.3. And wow. It was so phenomenal because, again, I have two pediatric kidneys, and they're
David?
Yes?
David, listen, this is a powerful story. I'm so excited for you. And what you're sharing with us tonight is it's a God thing, and it's so amazing. And so we actually have Dr. Swee coming up next. Okay. And so I didn't want to cut you off because I know I feel you, but we got to get him on because he's not going to be able to stay with us, okay? But just hold on to the rest of that. Thank you for sharing. And I'm telling you, looking great, looking like a new man. So everybody, let's just celebrate David tonight. Oh my God, awesome. That is amazing.
Awesome.
So all right, listen, Dr. Swee, thank you for being so patient, but we're going to go ahead and turn it over to you. Take it away, sir.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, David, Mr. Wilson, for sharing your wonderful experience. Well, it's a life itself is already journey. I think you went a different journey that not many people can experience. You have two pediatric baby kidneys. Hopefully you can take good care of them, and you know, they are the gift. And I think that's you have the second gift. You know, your parents gave you, and now you have two pediatric kidneys from you know, treasure. You know, from you know, the amazing the person's kidneys. So.
Amen.
You know, we need to learn how to take care of our organs so that, you know, we don't have to owe anybody of any organs, right? Okay, thank you very much. Let me share my, let's see, what happened? Okay, I like to share some screen. Okay. Here we go. Okay, very good. Let's see. Okay, so it happened to be, we're going to talk about the lungs and the kidneys today. So probably we will have some questions to ask Mr. Wilson. And because he went through that way, nobody went through. It's a very crucial experience. So today we're going to talk about the organ relationship. You know, the lungs and the kidneys, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Hemohim. And I know that Mr. Wilson, it took a Hemohim before the kidney transplant. And he felt wonderful. And so, you know, I like to explain and show you how and why he felt wonderful before the kidney transplant. Okay. So here's the lungs and the kidneys. Do you know how many lungs we have? We have two lungs, left and the right. And you know how many kidneys we have? We have two kidneys, left and the right. And we only have one heart. We only have one stomach, right? And we only have one liver. So, you know, the universe, the God knows that we need two kidneys and two lungs because they're very important, you know. If one kidney is not functioning, we have extra kidney. And we can also donate one kidney, actually, if another one is still healthy. And if somebody needs a kidney donation, actually, we can donate one kidney, right? Yeah. Okay, so I am going to talk about the lungs and the kidney relationship in terms of TCM, traditional Chinese medicine. Okay, the lungs and the kidneys, and what are they, how are they related? Okay, when you breathe in, you think the lung is doing all the things. Actually, no. The kidneys are grasping the lung energy, or else you will have a shortness of breath. So you have to have good kidney functions to grab the lung energy and, you know, to keep it deeper so that you can breathe deeper. Okay, I'm going to read here. The lungs send qi, the energy and fluid, down to the kidneys. The kidneys hold down the qi or energy and evaporate some of the fluids, then send fluid vapor back to the lungs to moisten them, and the lung then sends the fluid to moisten the skin. Okay, so you can see the lungs are related to the skins too. And how do we moisten the skins? We have to have a help of the the kidneys, right? And the lungs also opens to the gate to the nose. So the lungs and the nose are connected. And so we experience outside world through our nose and bring in to our lungs. So what's outside and can be experienced in our lungs. So the nose are very important. If you smell something, chemicals, try not to breathe in deeply. You need to wear the mask or hold your breath, because probably that is a toxin to your body. You know, it's a warning sign. When you smell something bad, you need to protect your lungs. The lung sends qi, the energy, down to the kidneys, and kidneys hold down the qi, the energy. Therefore, they have an important communication regarding respiration. The lung function of governing qi, the energy, and the respiration depends on the kidney function of the receiving the energy. So the lungs are not alone. The kidney has to be strong to support the lung. Okay, so where the kidney energy is weak, impaired reception of the energy. The kidney fail to hold the qi, the energy, down, and qi flows back up to the chest and obstruct the lungs' descending function. Result is asthma, cough, and dyspnea. Okay, so that means unable to inhale deeply. Okay, so the fluids the lung is responsible for the fluid in the upper body, and the kidneys are responsible for the fluids in the lower body. And as you can see, the nose, the lungs are open to the nose, and kidneys are open to the ears. Okay, so I don't know if Mr. Wilson has any hearing issue, but actually the kidneys function, when the kidney functions are weakened, then the hearing gets weak also. Okay, yeah, when the lung functions are weak, and a lot of people have asthma and allergies, and the sinus infection, frequent sinus infection, or chronic sinus infection. Okay, and there are two parts of the body can grow constantly. So do you know what two parts? Those are the nose and the ears. As long as we live, those two parts of our body keep growing. So they look like they're growing, but actually it's because of the gravity. Okay, the cartilages are getting weakened, so the nose is getting bigger. It looks like it's getting bigger, and our ears are getting longer, actually. Okay, So this is a continuation of the lungs and the kidney function, and there is something called 5-element theory, and we have the wood and the fire and earth and metal and the water, and the metal is the lung, and water is the kidneys, the wood is the liver, the fire is the heart, the earth is the spleen. So, you know, this clockwise rotation is there actually, we call it generating interaction. That means the metal is supporting the water, okay? So metal is like the mother, and the water is the sun. So the mother is supporting, is helping the kidneys. So that's the relationship. Can somebody mute your microphone, please? Okay, thank you. And there is an organ clock. The kidney is between 5 and 7 in the afternoon. Yeah. Okay, so that's the kidney hour. And the lung hours are between 3 to 5 in the morning. So a lot of people who have lung issues, they wake up between 3 to 5 in the morning. And either they cough, or they have a shortness of breath, or they have lung issues. And those who have the bronchitis or pneumonia, they have a hard time between this time, 3 to 5. And I don't know if the 5 to 7 in the afternoon is true to kidney patients, but that's the organ hour, okay? Okay, what can damage the lungs and the kidneys? So oxidative stress. What is oxidative stress? Is cell attacked by free radicals. Okay, we're going to go over what are the free radicals, okay? And as you can see, this tomato, if you leave it longer after you harvest the ripe tomato and start to change the color and start to have some molds, and then it's going to look like this. Very dark, and you cannot eat this because it's already destroyed, right? And rotten. And just like the tomatoes, you can see normal cells, and when they are attacked by the free radicals, it start to wrinkle, right? And the cell with the oxidative stress, it will eventually destroy it, right? So how can you tell, if the person is attacked by the free radicals? If you look at your people's face, and if the color changes and getting darker, okay, then you have to question if the person is attacked by free radicals, okay? Yeah. So if your face is getting brighter and look healthier, that means you are actually getting healthier. But if your face, the complexion, the color changes, getting darker, that means you probably need to check with your family physician or specialist, okay? The free radicals, free radical generating substance are alcohol, of course, smoking, and any type of smoke, okay? So, if somebody is in the place where there are a lot of smokes, in case of the fire, and that can damage first of all, your lungs first, and then other organs. But the lungs are most vulnerable because the lungs, we have to breathe in all that smoke, right? And the fried foods, or some foods, and pesticides, and make sure you wash your fruits, especially those you are able to wash with the Atomy dishwasher, I mean the dish detergent, you know, some of the fruits are sprayed with the pesticides, so or wax. You make sure you soak them with the Atomy, the dish detergents. They're non-toxic. Yeah, if you soak them, and you can see, you can wash them clean. And be careful with some of the fruits are not able to wash clean, such as the strawberries and those berries. If you wash like apples, you can destroy them. Yeah, so you be careful, right? And the air pollutions, and there's another thing that is missing here is actually the medications. Be careful with the medications, especially the pain medications. Okay, and some of the strong medications that you have to be careful. They could damage your kidneys. Okay, and the liver first probably, and then kidneys. Yeah, so you have to be careful. Okay, so I have 2 articles from NIH.gov, and those are the scientifically researched papers. And I like to, for you to remember 3 things, okay? And because, people will ask you, how does Hemohim help our body, right? There's 3 things that you need to remember. So forget about everything today. You need to remember those 3 things. The Hemohim is anti-inflammatory. Okay, the Hemohim is antioxidative. And the Hemohim is anti-diabetic. Okay, so if somebody has acute inflammation or chronic inflammation, the Hemohim can help, because the Hemohim is anti-inflammatory. And Hemohim can alleviate airway inflammation. That means from your throat and your bronchioles and all the way down to your lungs, okay? So if anybody has the inflammation in the airway, when you breathe in, your air goes to your lungs, so that's your airway. Okay, if somebody has airway inflammation, the Hemohim can help. And the airway also include from the nose, so if anybody has a sinus infection, could help, right? And the Hemohim is also antioxidative and diabetic. So that means if somebody has the high sugar level and the sugar sensitive resistance, the Hemohim could help. However, if you check your sugar level right after, let's say, your lunch or meal, and you can see your sugar level goes up, right? And if you take Hemohim right after your meal, then your sugar level will go up more. So some people ask me, why Hemohim, after taking Hemohim, my sugar level goes up? Okay, so you took at the wrong time. So after meals, try not to take Hemohim for those who have a high sugar right away, okay? Take 2 hours apart, either 2 hours before or 2 hours after, right? Then Hemohim can help you. Okay, so Hemohim can also help the kidney function, okay? There are 2 things that you want to remember. You promote a recovery of immune system, right? And also reduce nephrotoxicity. That means it will reduce the toxins in the kidney. Okay, so there are 2 functions that you want to remember, right? Promote a recovery of immune system and reduce nephrotoxicity. That means reduce toxins from your kidneys. Okay, so let's review the previous one. There are three functions of Hemohim. One is anti-inflammatory, antioxidative, anti-diabetic. And there are two more things. Is promote a recovery of the immune system and reduce the toxins in the kidneys. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you very much for joining us. And I am ready for just a few questions. Okay.
I have a question, Dr. Sue.
Yes.
So you said that the breathing from nose, the right side, or the both nostrils go to lungs?
Oh yeah, there is no difference.
So is it possible that one can be blocked sometime and not go enough oxygen in there from outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why you have mouth.
Okay.
Plan B.
Okay. Okay.
In case you have a stuffy nose.
Okay.
By the way, the mouth is not for the breathing, okay? The mouth is for speaking and eating and tasting. The mouth is not for breathing. Why we have a mouth? Because we have plan B, in case we have stuffy nose. So God knows we need plan B, so we have mouth, right?
Thank you, appreciate you.
All right, thank you very much, Parvish. Good question. Any other questions for Dr. Swee as we have a few more minutes with them? Raise your hand or you can unmute and identify yourself.
Hi, Dr. Swee.
Okay, we'll go with Raylan Menorca.
Okay, one thing I'd like to ask Mr. Wilson, are you still taking Hemohim?
David? Let's see.
I just started back, and right now I'm just doing one a day to get my baby kidneys initiated.
Okay. How's your energy level?
My energy level has improved tremendously since I came home. I came home last Thursday.
Okay.
Straight out of the surgery. What I didn't tell you, I had absolutely no pain after the surgery, all the way up until maybe two and a half weeks after the surgery. I started feeling a little pain, but the doctors and the nurses were just so amazed. They came in 3 times a day asking me my pain level, and I was saying 0.
Okay,
my energy level was.
Where is the pain?
Sorry.
Where is the pain?
Right. The majority of my pain is in my back.
Okay.
It's in the back.
Another question. Is there any swelling in your ankles?
No. My ankles are 0 swelling. No swelling.
Okay. Very good. Thank you very much. I think you are doing very well. Okay, Raylan, what's your question?
Hi, Dr. Sway. Congratulations, Mr. David, with your testimony and your good health. Question, Dr. Sway, is Hemohim not contraindicated for those who had transplant? Because normally they would take a medication to prevent that body fighting that new organ, right?
Yes.
And the Hemohim boosts our immune system. So would that not be contraindicated? Or when is the best time to take it as well if you are a new transplant patient?
Well, that's a good question. I don't have a precise answer. I don't have right answer because I haven't experienced myself or I haven't heard from the patients who went through this type of the transplant. So we will rely on Mr. Wilson's testimonial next time. He's going to give us a very good information, but I think he is going through very well. Hemohim is helping our immune system. Yeah, but this immune system is really it's combination of general immune system and focused immune system. So we don't know exactly how it's going to react, right? It's like this, you know, you eat something and, you know, your nutrient is going to help your immune system. Then the question is that bad for your, the kidney transplant, right? Is your good nutrient bad for your kidney transplant? Maybe the answer is no, right? Yeah, unless you do something, you know, immunotherapy, you know, chemically immunotherapy in Western medicine, probably that's no, right? Yeah. However, I think the Hemohim, but still need to be careful. I think I agree with Mr. Wilson that he starts slow, not to take, you know, tons of Hemohim, maybe just one or even half of the Hemohim, just to wait and see how his body is going to react, right? So now he doesn't have any swellings in his ankles, and he only has a lower back pain. That's normal, right? You know, because they you know, they did the operation, right? Yeah, so that's normal. And his energy, his complexion is good. So I think it's going very good, right? So I would like to have the meeting again, maybe a couple months later with the Mr. Wilson. And here is the testimonials. Yeah.
Okay. So much. I'm looking forward for that next meeting. Thank you.
I know. Yeah, me too.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay, next we're going to go to Sheila Mack, Charlotte, North Carolina. What you got, Sheila?
Hello, Dr. Sway. Thank you, Mike. If someone takes their Hemohim too early between their meals, their numbers will go up. Their reading, the sugar reading will go up. What should they do in that case? Because normally when you see the reading go up, you take action. What should they do instead?
Yeah, the people with diabetes, with a high sugar resistance, then the recommendation is you don't eat until you're full. That's the best recommendation because you don't have the insulin and you cannot digest your sugar, and you know, you put too much sugar in your body and the body cannot handle it. Okay. So even you eat something, you need to eat a small amount, right? And the Hemohim is the same, right? So if you just had your meal, then you don't want to take Hemohim right away. Okay, you need to wait until you have some, you know, you digested your food. So my recommendation is a couple hours before and after, right? After your meal.
Yes, but my question is, if you took it too soon and you have that reading, drink like water to kind of absorb that. If you just didn't do it at the right time, what do you suggest you do though?
Well, the suggestion probably, you know, you can drink more water. Definitely you want to drink a lot of water after you take a Hemohim, right? Yeah, make sure you drink plenty of water. And there is no, you know, antidote after you take, after you ate. Your body just needs to digest, right? There is no antidote. Okay?
Thank you, Dr. Sway.
Yeah, probably those who are taking insulin, probably, you know, insulin definitely will help. But if you're not taking any insulin or metformin or, you know, any of the medications, then probably, you know, there is no antidote. You just need to wait, okay? And try not to eat anything, right? Just to drink water. Okay, I think that's all for today. Maybe just one more question, the last one.
Okay, that'll be Luca.
Okay, just one.
Oh, yeah, just
a quick question.
Oh yeah, thank you, Dr. Sway, and also thank you for the testimony too. I pray for your speedy recovery, because that's pretty serious. And I think sometimes I don't know how to take Atomy seriously, but I know it has helped a lot of people. And I've tried sharing Atomy with new strangers, and I'm still learning how to do this, the process. But yes, yeah, thank you for just sharing and teaching us, Dr. Sway. I'm learning a lot right now. Yeah, I'm learning a lot right now, and it's I really like the slides that you posted. I took a screenshot of it because I thought it was very very helpful. I wanted to see the slide before the lung one. It's about how the lungs interact. It's the slide before the cancer cells and how Hemohim helps with anti-inflammatory, anti-oxidative, and forgot the last one. And the three things, but the slide before that, if you can maybe help out there.
I think this meeting is recorded, and probably, you can share the recorded video. Okay.
Okay.
I'll put it on a chat box. I just have a picture.
Okay, very good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Okay, so lucky us, we have Mr. Wilson will help us to, to understand how the Hemohim is going to help the kidney transplant patient. Okay, yeah, but I don't, I want Mr. Wilson for the fast recovery, and hopefully there is no any any issues, right? Yeah.
Right.
Very good. Thank you very much. I think your answer, your prayer is answered. Thank you very much.
Amen. All right.
All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Dr. Swee, we appreciate you so much. Let's give him a hand and some love. We appreciate you. You just add so much value, and he is an Atomian, okay? So he knows exactly what he's talking about. And one thing, David, you didn't say is that you did talk to your doctor about the Hemohim, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great, great, awesome, awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all that we have, Uncle Mike. We have some of our top leaders on the line. Let's just recognize them real quick.
Okay, let me see if Yusuk Sung, our Royal Master, is still on. Sue, are you still there?
I think there's an ABR going on too.
Tonight. Oh yeah, there is an ABR meeting. A lot of people had to leave for that, and it started at 9, and they're supposed to be there early. So
okay.
Yeah, so I do see we have a Star Master, Theresa, out of Atlanta.
Yes.
Yes. Theresa, you want to say hello to everyone? Okay. Okay, that's all that I have right now. We have, we do have Sharon Road Master Mon and Ari. They're online, and let me see. I guess that's about it. So we can go ahead and if there's any announcements, go ahead and make them. So right at about a minute or so before the top of the hour.
Okay, Ari, go ahead. And once again, we're thankful for all of our guests on the line. I have some family members that have joined me on the line today, and I am so grateful for each and every one of them that have joined us. But Ari, you have any announcements?
Sharon, tomorrow night we have conversation planned tomorrow at 9 p.m. 8 or 9. I will keep you up to date tomorrow.
All right. And on Thursday?
And Thursday we have 1 p.m. All the testimony, anybody welcome to join. If you'd like to share your story, your successful story, either with products or customer service, anything you have, you're welcome to join us.
Absolutely.
I think that's all we got. Mr. Jordan, you have, okay, Mr. Jordan have one question for Dr. Suisse. Sharon, is that okay?
He's gone.
He is gone. He has a meeting.
He has a meeting after this one.
Yeah, I just want to tell Miss Sheila Mack, that exercise will bring it right back down.
With the sugar level.
With the sugar level.
Oh.
Yeah. If you eat and then your level go up, if you exercise 5-10 minutes, it'll go right back down. I do it every time.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you for that.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Wow.
That's good. That's good information. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to let you hold me. I'm going to let you go. And so y'all have a great evening and thank you. And we'll see you back here next Tuesday. And David, thank you for being understanding and just sharing your heart with us tonight. We certainly appreciate it. All right, y'all have a good night and we will close out with our company motto. Take it away, Uncle Mike.
All right, thank you very much. Want to thank everyone else for being here tonight. And, you know, come back every Tuesday. We're building this call up. I think the highest number I saw tonight was a 94. Okay, everyone unmute your call. We're going to close out with the company motto. Unmute, unmute. All right, company motto. Are you ready?
Yes.
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 The vision, the mission,
Once again, we're thankful for Dr. Sweet for being with us. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
We'll hear the rest of that later, David.
Absolutely.
All right. That story, you gotta hear the rest of that story.
Yes. We're gonna have a part 2.
We're gonna work on the shorter version.
Well, it just keeps growing.